I've learned a lot from a lot of great people, a lot of great coaches, people that I admired, respected, I know believed in me, maybe even before I believed in myself. And through that, I've been able to come up with some things in the last 20 years that I think is helps with leadership. You know, leadership is tough. I think it's something as coaches and as parents and as teachers, administrators, we're always talking about. It's a buzzword. What does it mean? You know, and I wrestle with it every day with my team. What's a captain? What's a leader? And I'm going to share with you some things that I think are important within that. First of all, I'll tell you about leadership. You can't be a great leader if you're not a leader of one. And that one has to be you. If you can't lead yourself, then you have no chance whatsoever in leading others. So I always, always stress that with my kids and my team, kids I've coached in leadership. You have to be the leader of one before you think you can go lead others. Okay, so within that, when I talk about that, I talk about three different things. You have to have a great vision for yourself. I think you have to know what values are important for you. And I think you have to have a voice to be able to articulate some of those dreams and visions that you have for yourself. With vision, it's that simple. I mean, where do you want to go in life? What's important to you? What are your goals? I mean, it really is honestly that simple. If you can't dream it, you can't do it. I believe you have to have a vision in order for you to move forward. I think within that, you have to have some values that you believe in. It's one thing to say you want to do something, right? It's another thing to go do it. In almost every speech that I give my team in the locker room before we go out there, it's really, you can put a game plan together, right? In the sports that you're in, as coaches, you do the best you can. You know how you're going to defend the ball screen, what you're going to do in the post, what plays you're going to run to put your team in position to be successful. But I promise you this, it is always the team that wants it more, that works harder for it, right? Doesn't talk about it, doesn't fake it, really digs in deep and executes because they have the energy, the enthusiasm to win the game. It is. If you want something in life, you have to go get it. You have to make it happen. You don't wish for it to happen. You don't hope you play well that night. You go do it. You go take it from the person that you were supposed to take it from. If you want something in life, you go get it. And the last thing that I want to share with you about leadership that I think is the thing that people forget about is having a voice. And I think women in particular struggle with this, right? You might have a great vision. You might have your values that you believe in. But if you cannot articulate it, if you cannot open your mouth and communicate, right, you will not be a great leader. Okay? If you're leading and nobody's following, you're not leading. Right? The most selfish form of a leader is an action-only leader, in my opinion. It starts there. I always pick leaders and captains that have great work ethic because you have to be the leader of one. But how you become a leader of many is with this thing right here. Okay, not this thing. You know what this is? And we know what I'm doing. What am I doing? Social media, Twitter. You guys probably went all through this stuff, right? Okay, that is, I think, a real problem. Okay, in your life, you will not get very far in life if you cannot communicate. I don't want to get on my soapbox and get kind of nasty here, but it drives me crazy. Okay, especially as a young female, especially as you move up in the world. If you have an opinion and you know you're right, okay, or you can affect other people in a positive way, open your mouth. It isn't always about fitting in, right? Sometimes it's about standing out in leadership. And that's what I believe having a strong voice is all about.